They noticed the tattoo before they noticed her face. It wrapped around her forearm in dark deliberate ink, an anchor intertwined with a trident, with a small set of numbers beneath it. To most people in the airport lounge, it looked aggressive, unladylike, completely out of place on a woman who couldn't have been more than 40, dressed in worn jeans and a faded gray hoodie. The laughter started quietly. A pair of business travelers near the charging station whispered, glancing over their laptops. One of them smirked. "Trying a little too hard, don't you think?" He murmured. "Probably just a phase," the other replied, not bothering to lower his voice. Midlife Crisis Inc. She heard them. She always did. But Commander Rachel Hayes didn't react. She never reacted to whispers. She sat with her back straight, boots planted firmly on the floor, hands resting calmly on her knees. Her posture wasn't stiff, it was disciplined, trained, the kind that didn't come from gym classes or self-help books. It came from years of standing watch while others slept, from bearing a weight they could never imagine. Across the lounge, a small group of college-age men were louder, emboldened by cheap beer and bravado. One nodded toward her arm. "Bet she thinks she's some kind of badass," he said with a laugh. Yeah, another joined in. "What's next? Stolen valor?" Rachel slowly exhaled through her nose. She had learned long ago that silence was a powerful filter. People reveal their true selves when you give them the space to do so. The airport announcement crackled overhead, calling boarding groups. Just then, a cluster of uniformed Navy personnel entered the terminal. Their presence instantly shifted the air. Conversation softened, backs straightened, phones were lowered. Among them walked a man whose authority didn't need insignia to announce itself. Master Chief Daniel Crow. Even in civilian clothes, he moved like command followed him automatically. Decades of naval special warfare had carved a calm into his bones that few could ever understand. His eyes scanned the terminal, not for threats, but for people. And then he stopped. His gaze locked on Rachel. Time seemed to slow. Crow took a single step forward, then another. His expression changed not with surprise or confusion, but with recognition. Deep, unmistakable recognition. The kind forged in salt water and darkness and places where promises mattered more than rank. Without a single moment of hesitation, the Master Chief came to a dead stop. He stood at perfect attention. And then, clearly and deliberately, he raised his hand and saluted. The lounge went silent. Every laugh died mid-breath. Rachel looked up. For just a moment, the years melted away. The cold Pacific nights. The classified briefings. The mission that never made the news. She rose smoothly from her seat, shoulders squared, and returned the salute with a precision that could only come from command. A SEAL saluting a woman in a hoodie wasn't something people saw every day. The whispers turned to stunned silence. The business traveler's face drained of all its color. The college guys stared, their mouths hanging slightly open, as if the world had just rewritten itself right in front of them. Crow lowered his hand first. "Ma'am," he said quietly, his voice filled with unmistakable respect. "Didn't expect to see you here. Wasn't planning on being seen," Rachel replied, a faint smile finally tugging at her lips. A young sailor nearby leaned toward another and whispered, "Who is she?" Crow heard him. "That," he said calmly, turning just enough for his voice to carry, "is the officer who commanded my team during Operation Black Tide, the reason 12 men walked home." No one laughed anymore. Rachel's tattoo, once mocked, now seemed to glow with a hidden meaning. The numbers beneath the trident weren't just decoration. They were coordinates. A location where impossible decisions had been made, decisions that saved lives but cost sleep, peace, and anonymity. She hadn't gotten the ink to impress anyone. She got it because some memories deserved to be carried where they could always be felt. Crow nodded once more. "Respectfully, ma'am. Carry on, Master Chief." As he walked away, the terminal slowly came back to life, but something had fundamentally changed. People avoided her gaze now, not out of fear, but out of a sudden, humbling respect. The college guys suddenly found their phones incredibly interesting. The businessmen packed up their things without another word. Rachel sat back down. No applause, no speeches, no explanations. She didn't need them. Her flight was called moments later. As she stood and headed toward the gate, a young woman stepped out of the line, her eyes wide. "Excuse me," she said softly. "I just wanted to say—" "Thank you." Rachel paused, then nodded once. "You're welcome," for what she didn't ask. Some things didn't need words. And as she disappeared down the jet bridge, the tattoo they once laughed at became something else entirely. Not a joke, not a challenge, but a quiet, powerful reminder. You never know who you're standing next to. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe for more stories that make you think.